Okay. So we talked about the advent of John, and then Jesus was born in Bethlehem. Now, Bethlehem, thank you, Scott. It was Jerusalem, and Bethlehem is just a few miles from there. And so Jesus was born in Bethlehem, and John was born in Jerusalem, just a few miles away. Of course, the actual the home where the Advent was mentioned would have been way up here in Nazareth, right there. That's Nazareth. So the journey to come down here would have been quite a journey when the taxation and all of that that's in the Christmas story that you're familiar with. Okay. So we've got Advent and then infancy. Okay, well, you remember that when he was young, that they had the visit of the Magi that came. And when the Magi came, Joseph and Mary and Jesus had to flee to Egypt. Why was that? Okay, Herod was conspiring to kill Jesus, and actually went then had his soldiers go to Bethlehem and kill the babies that were there. And so, being warned in a dream, Joseph took his wife and baby Jesus, and they fled down to Egypt, and Egypt is in the direction of the arrow. And after Herod died, then they returned back to Nazareth in Galilee, and that's where then Jesus grew up. So those are some things. Then there were years of infancy. There were years in Nazareth where he grew up, and we read in Luke that he grew and matured in favor of God and man. All right, and then we have part 2, A.D. 27, and this is about 3 months, the opening events of Jesus' ministry. And in these opening events, what takes place is, first of all, we are introduced to the ministry of John the Baptist that we talked about this morning. And that John the Baptist was the forerunner to go ahead and to prepare the way for the Messiah to come. And then was the time of Jesus' baptism. Now there are a couple of places that are suggested for the baptism of Jesus. And one would be in this area, another one about here, and the third one clear up there. We've got several suggestions for that. Nobody knows exactly where that took place, because when the text says it was near such and we don't know where the place is that it was near to. And so, but Jesus is about the age of 30 when he gets baptized. And here's a blank map to kind of give you a little bit of an idea. So here is Galilee, and we're going to be talking about Galilee. This is the Galilee area. This is Decapolis. Down here is Perea. Perea is on the Transjordan side. This is the area of Perea. And do you remember Mount Nebo from our Old Testament? And Mount Nebo on this map would be about right in here. Okay? All right. And so this is Perea. This is Judea in this area. And this is Samaria, the area of Samaria where Samaritans lived. There's Sychar in this area. And so this is Samaria. So you have Galilee, Samaria, and Judea. And you've got Perea over here and Decapolis. You remember, you probably read through the scriptures and those names have stood out to you and you didn't have any idea where they were. So we need to identify those and see where they are. All right, now, so Jesus was baptized by John, and so we have the opening events in the ministry of Jesus. And so after he was baptized, then he fasted for 40 days, and he was tempted by the devil in 3 places, 3 locations. The first, he was in the wilderness of Judea, and this is all wilderness area right down here where the arrow is pointing. That's a wilderness area down here, a desert area, probably where Jesus was tempted. What was the temptation that Satan put to him? if you be the Son of God, turn these stones into bread. And if you haven't eaten for 40 days, that might be a serious temptation, right? What was Jesus' reply? Okay, man shall not live by bread alone, but every word proceeds out of the mouth of God. And you know, that's good advice for us, that you need spiritual food all the time. Just like you need other kinds of food, you need spiritual food. That man doesn't live by bread alone. And if you don't have a regular time that you're in the Word of God, you're starving yourself spiritually, and you don't even realize it. And so you need to be in the Word of God, because that's how God helps you to get through life, and helps you to get through your day, and helps you to get through. And He will take the Word of God and just use it for that, whatever you're going through in your life. A man will not be able to live, says Jesus, by bread alone. You're going to need the Word of God in order to get through life. All right. And so then the devil took him to Jerusalem, and in Jerusalem he went on to the highest part of the temple. And what did Satan say to him at that point? Yeah, he said, "Cast yourself off from here, for it is written, He shall give His angels charge concerning you, to bear you up lest you dash your foot against a stone." Do this dramatic thing. See all the people down there? They're going to be really impressed with your circus act. Jump off. Do a few flips in the air. And have the angels catch you up. What was the temptation of that? Aside from the fact that it would be, aside the fact that Jesus didn't do it, what was the temptation of that? Not obeying God. Okay, maybe some pride going in there. Demonstrate, look what I can do. Yeah, obeying the devil is not a good idea, is it?
Why didn't Satan jump off?
Yeah, why didn't Satan jump off? Yes, that was what Jesus replied. It is written, "You shall not tempt the Lord your God." That is, you shall not put the Lord to the test. You should not be reckless in the way you live to put the Lord to the test. Will He really send the angels and give them charge concerning me? If so, I'm going to drive 200 miles an hour. Because I've got the promise that I'm invincible because of the care of God. He will give His angels charge concerning you to bear you up lest you dash your foot against a stone. So just live recklessly and however that you want to live. Jesus said, it's written, you are not to put the Lord to the test. I'm so glad Jesus responded that way. Can you imagine the theology that would have come out if Jesus said, okay, and He stepped off? We'd have a lot of reckless Christians, wouldn't we? Okay, and then from there, they went to a high mountain, and this is a traditional site of a mountain that they would have gone to. And Satan said to him, what? And they went to this high mountain.
I will give you all you see before you, but that wasn't true because the devil didn't have that to give to.
That's right. Very good. All right. And He showed him the kingdoms of the world, and He said, I'll give it all to you if you will just bow down right now and do what? And worship me. Just do homage to me, and I will walk away from planet Earth. And you can do whatever you want to. I'll walk away. All I ask you to do is one time bow down and give me homage. And then I'll walk away. Can you see that in that is a shortcut? You don't have to go through the cross, Jesus. I'll walk away from. I won't bother another one of your humans, I won't bother anything that's here. And I wonder if the mosquitoes would have followed. No, they probably wouldn't have followed him. But the temptation that was there was this. I will give you all of this. I'll walk away. And what was Jesus' reply? It is written. Now get behind me. Say, what did he say? What did he say? You shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve. You shall worship the Lord. If you want to look that story up, it's in the 4th chapter of both Matthew and Luke. For that. Okay, so it was necessary. Now, of course, the question is raised, was Jesus able to not sin, or was Jesus not able to sin? Yes. Jesus was God, wasn't he? He was also man. The human side of him could be tempted, but he was the God-man. There's nothing within God that can respond to temptation. There's plenty within man that responds to human needs, such as bread, food, water. So those are the things. We have first disciples that are picked in these things, and then the first miracle. What was the first miracle that Jesus performed? Does anybody know what that was? He turned water into wine, and where did he do that? He did that in Cana of Galilee. And I'm not sure if I've got a map for that. Yes, I do. Okay, the first miracle. And so you'll notice the bottom of the Sea of Galilee and up a little ways, and you see Nazareth, and a little bit to the right of that and up north is Cana of Galilee. And so he turned the water into wine at that location. Then he went to Capernaum. And this is Capernaum.